My name is Anthony, and I should answer some questions like why I do comedy. I've done comedy for several years. I perform in a professional venue where I open up for professional comedians. I do it once a month, and in some ways this venue is a lot harder because it doesn't have two things that are, I think, essential to comedy. Dark with a spotlight and alcohol. Okay? And there's none here. You don't have a separation from the audience. This is different for me. And I want to have experience in a lot of different venues no matter how it comes apart. Because I'm used to more of a nightclub kind of thing. So it's different. You know? And a couple months ago, I did open for Robin Williams, sort of. He went on stage impromptu because he had a friend that was on stage, did 10 minutes. The show ended. The next show began. I opened that show. So I tell people that I opened for Robin Williams. Okay. So, so how you guys doing tonight? Good? 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 Really? You're not good?
Fine.
Fine? Fine? You know, people don't ever tell the truth. I find, so what happens, you know when people say, how you doing? They go, what do they say when they're not doing well? They go, how you doing? They go, I'm fine. And you know they're not fine, right? You can tell in their voice, but nobody ever calls them on it, right? Because nobody wants to know the truth. But I find that if you're not doing well, and people ask you how you are, you can still say fine and really tell the truth. You can say fine stands for fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and empty. Okay? And if you're from Pacific Heights, anybody here from Pacific Heights? I didn't think so. Because you know why? People from Pacific Heights aren't funny. Alright? They have too much money, it got rid of the funny. But if you're from Pacific Heights, you can say you're fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and entitled. Alright? So, I live in Marin, and let's see, what about Marin? I like Marin a lot. The problem is, I find balance in Marin is when you have a Prius and a Hummer in the driveway, and there's a handicap placard on both, and the guy coming out of one of the cars is ready to run a marathon. All right? But in Pacific Heights, if you have a Hummer and it's got a handicap placard, it means you have to make payments. All right? Let's see, what else do I? Let's see. I'm kind of going blank here. The lights are getting to me. I'm not used to it. Let's see. Has anybody heard of the DSM? Do you know what it is? The Daily Statistical Manual? Diagnostic Statistics? I can't even talk. Statistical Manual. It tells you what diseases are in, and diseases go in and out. And sometimes they change diseases. Like OCD used to incorporate hoarders. Okay, but now hoarders has its own thing. And it makes a difference because today, if you have your own classification, rather than being under something else, you can get treatment and therapy and all that. But so you can get pills now for hoarding. But now I heard the hoarders are hoarding the hoarding pills, so it's harder to get. You know? Let's see. I think comedians need to have their own classification of the DSM. They should be their own psychological issue. I think they need it. I think the cure is basically like a black hole of emotional need. You can't get enough laughter. You know? Let's see what else I got here. I wrote down. Okay. How many people have an iPhone? Like, oh, quick, I have an iPhone, you like it, right? Like it. How many people hate the Apple Store? Nobody here's the Apple Store? Really? You ever go in there and you have a problem, and there's people running around everywhere, you don't know where to stand, you can't stand anywhere, they don't just sit anywhere? I think the Apple Store's turned into the new DMV, basically. Let's see. How about Whole Foods? Who likes Whole Foods? No, you don't like Whole Foods? Yeah. I think Whole Foods is great. They're really helpful. They want to help you with a lot of things. This one woman came up to me and she said, "Can I help you with your? Can I help you with that $900 box of cherries up at the front of the register?" And I go, "Sure." And she goes, "Will it be cash or credit?" And I go, "Well, I'll sign you over the pink slip to my car." You know. Let's see. What else? I come from an upscale, entitled Marin family, which means I'm horribly depressed. Let's see what else. I come from. Let's see. How much time do I have?
You're like a minute and a half.
Okay. Oh, you know, being from an Italian family, what's great about it is the food is great, but also the abuse is great. It kind of goes hand in hand. Like, for instance, my father usually tells me that I'm a piece of shit, and my mother makes me a steak. Okay. He told me the other day, he goes, "You're a piece of shit, and you never amount to anything." He makes me a steak, and my mother made me a steak and an apple pie. Okay? The other day, I walked into the house, my mother already had a 9-course dinner made. Okay, I was scared, she was scared. Nothing happened, but I ate the meal. Okay. So anybody, what's, we talked about our favorite comedians or whatever, but what's your favorite comedy show? Anybody have a favorite comedy show?
Tosh.0.
What is it?
Tosh.0.
Tosh, but yeah, that's good. Anybody else?
Chelsea lately.
But Chelsea lately's really good. Yeah, I like Fox News. That's my favorite thing. I think it's really funny. What's great about it is turn the sound off and just watch their kind of faces, because you know what they're saying. They're going blah, 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 Obama, blah, 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 Obama. It's the same thing over and over again. That's it. So I guess that's about all I got today. That's about, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, thank you. Questions? Anything? This is so different, this environment, than being in a nightclub. I can't even tell you. It's like being in a classroom or something. There's no separation with the audience.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
You get a B+.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Before the feedback, who are your favorite comedians?
I like Jim Gaffigan. I like Louis C.K. I have a George Carlin station on Pandora. I really like him. I think he's really smart. I like some Robin Williams, not all of him. When he was at the show, I didn't even recognize him. He was sitting there in the corner. Then he sort of turned on. I went, oh, I forgot my entire act. But yeah, I used to listen to a lot of women comedians. But they're really bitter and angry, and I can only do so much of it, but I love them. I love Margaret Cho, Judy Gold.
Tigger's Heart.
Yeah. I like Angela Johnson too. I like her nail salon bit is really good, and she does Bonquiqui, for Mad TV. So yeah. Hi.
Can you book me?
Kind of what?
Anyway, just kidding.
Can you book me?
Can I book you?
Yeah.
I'm in an environment that, I get stage time because I sell 5 tickets, so it buys me stage time. And anyone can do it. It's in Marin, though.
I can do that.
So if you can do that, I put it on the MeetUp, too, as well. That it's a way that he's open. I'm not the promoter of it. I just opened the show, and I've done it now 13 months in a row. It's once a month, and I open for Johnny Steele at the end of the month. You don't know if you know who he is. He's excellent. And I did Don St. Paul, I think I opened for last week. You ever seen him? Yeah. He's really good. We've had a couple of Vegas comedians. There's Mark Pitta, and there's a few people. So we'll have more than, it's just that nobody's wanted to do it. Nobody says, oh, I can't sell. But you're open to do it. If you can sell 5 tickets, you can have several minutes up there. You can have up to 5-6 minutes in a professional environment with a spotlight and about 40 or 50 people that are paid to go see the show. So it's, I think it's a great opportunity. I really enjoy it. So you can talk to me about it if you want to do that.
What was it?
It's called MarinComedyShow.com. So you can look, like for instance, the 31st, Johnny Steele is going to be there with Larry Bubbles Brown. You know who he is? He's real deadpan. He's really good. And then, so I'll open, but if other people want to be there, it's open for at least a couple more people with the time to have, 1 to 5 minutes. They just have to sell some tickets, and we're willing to do that.
Yeah.
They're $20 each, the tickets. So
I know that you were doing a lot of notes out of your, that was sort of a distraction. You keep going back, and I understand that, you don't know yet. But the whole thing with the DMV and the Fs,
well, actually, you know what?
Flushed out a lot.
I know everything that I said. I blanked out in front of this group. Every single thing that I said, I wrote down. I've done every single thing I said. I performed at least 5 times, and I've expanded it. This environment I'm not used to, and I'm doing it on purpose to not always have to be in the same kind of thing all the time to learn. I did it on purpose to I just blanked out. So yeah. Anything else? Any ideas?
Great confidence up there.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
I'm drunk.
So how many years have you, it's like more than 10 years you've been doing this?
No, I've done this 1 year.
But
what I do is I teach Pilates classes and group exercise, so they're my guinea pigs. And it's another kind of venue. It's like anything, and I teach personal training, so I'm in front of people and I make them laugh, and it just comes out of me. I wanted to take that onto a stage. I did perform several years ago in Provincetown, and I did it in New York earlier in the year, just to get on stage, but I'm just trying to do it. Every month I do it, but you're right, you really have to do it all the time in a lot of different environments.
that's the way you talk and the way you chose to sit up there. I thought you were like a gay acting coach or something,
Oh.
Yeah, like you're more very experienced, and You're wearing a scarf.
Oh, so I used to scarf. Oh my God, we're scarf bonding now. Scarf bonding. I was gonna come up here. If you guys didn't respond at all, I was gonna say, oh my God, it's cold up here. I don't mean the temperature, I mean you. I never wear a scarf when I'm cold. It's called low body fat. Low body fat means I get colder. When I was heavier, I would stay warm. But I've only done this year, but I have to tell you, even though I don't practice in front of an audience, I practice every day. I write stuff out. I've written for over 20 years. I know how to construct a joke. I've written sitcom scripts. So comedy is just in me. I'm just trying to get more into performance and be willing to humiliate myself in many ways possible, because I'm not going to get better if I don't do that. So anyway, thank you.